All right, so let's talk bait here for a moment. What bait do I like to use when I am headed to a lake or a pond? My first choice is power bait. Power bait absolutely kills it in the lakes and ponds. If they have stocked that lake or pond, the fish will chomp this stuff up. Chartreuse is my favorite color. I have caught more fish on chartreuse than any other power bait. But in my experience, if they have just stocked that lake and there are fish in there, it does not matter what color power bait you are using, they will attack it. It does extremely well in the lakes and ponds. So the other bait I always bring with me are night crawlers. Night crawlers are amazing. They are the most versatile bait for trout, in my opinion. I will catch trout anywhere with night crawlers, be it a river, a lake, a pond. Night crawlers absolutely kill it in the lakes and ponds. Sometimes power bait just isn't doing the trick, and then I throw in a night crawler and I'm catching fish. So bringing a couple baits is a very good thing. You want options. I would always bring at least 2 options when you're going out fishing, because one of those baits might not be what the fish want that day. The other one might be exactly what they want. You could even bring 3 options, 4 options. Options are good, very good when you are going out fishing. All right, let's talk about my setup. This is my preferred setup. I'm using a Carolina rig. This is a classic rig. It is a really versatile rig. It works really well in lakes and ponds. I don't always use this setup, but this is my go-to. You can use a float, you can float fish depending on the area you're fishing. Sometimes float fishing is ideal, but for this video, my primary focus is showing you this rig. This is the rig I use more often than not. So a Carolina rig is basically a slider weight. I got a couple egg sinkers on here. I have 2 for added weight. What that allows me to do is cast out further. I want to be able to cast out to where the fish are at. So I put extra weight on here. Then you want to swivel, and then you are going to attach your leader. I generally do about 2 feet. Sometimes I do up to 3. Sometimes I'll go as little as a foot. It's just going to depend on the location I am fishing. So keep that in mind. Sometimes you will have to play around with the leader length to get where the fish are at. And I also have a number 10 egg hook on here. This is only a single hook. I prefer to use these single hooks because I can let fish go a lot easier. If I catch a small one, I want to be able to throw it back. I'm looking to get the bigger ones. The downside of using a single hook is you'll lose your power bait quicker, and you will have more trouble hooking a fish. But this is what I use to put my power bait on, a single egg hook. A lot of people use a treble hook. Treble hooks work really well. They look like this right here. These are going to almost guarantee that you get yourself a fish because you have 3 hooks on here instead of 1. The problem is if you hook a fish, you're very unlikely to be able to release it. You're probably going to be snagging it on a minimum of 2 and possibly all 3 of those hooks. So getting all of those hooks out are very difficult. So when I do my worm, I use the same setup, but all I do is replace the hook here. I'm using one of these guys right here, and this is a bait holder size 4. These bait holders size 4 are the size I like. There are different sizes, but this is my preferred size. And then on this one, I have even more weight. I have a big egg sinker on here. This is a 3/4 ounce. And then the 2 egg hooks I had on there are the 1/4 ounce. So these are my 2 weights here that I prefer to use. I use these a lot more than I use these, but it's nice to have options, so I always have both of them with me. This allows me to cast out really, really far so I can get my line in the location where those fish are at, because sometimes they are way, way out there.